So, what the fuck's up, YouTube? Ripped a little bit of all out. I wanted to make a video this morning. I was ripping it on these new motocross tracks. Oh, come on. Whew. And yeah, I just want to make a video about like the terrain deformation. You know, I've been I think I'm about like 15 laps in right now on it, and I've been racing AI. And oh god, I paused it and then resumed it back, and it's got me all fucked up. But yeah, so you know, the track, it ruts up really good. These new motocross tracks, like the DLC, they rut up really good. They rut up just as good, if not, I say better. I think these rut up a lot better than the goat farm does, because they're just like, where everything's really big and wide and stuff, you know, they really rut up good. And once the track ruts up, you'll find yourself having a hard time clearing the jumps on here. If you know, I've got my 125 out and I've got my tires like turned down, so you know, that way it feels like, you know, realistic. And you know, it's the ruts on here, they're super good. I really like them. They're doing a good job. I mean, as far as like the terrain deformation goes, and it's came a long way since it, you know, since the game first came out. And you know, it really works. It works well. It's not so rough to the point that you can't ride now that they've updated the physics and stuff. But it's, you know, it's still, you know, it does good. So it's like, you know, it's right in the middle. It's where it needs to be, I feel like. So, oh my lord, I'd have been killed right there. But yeah, if you got your tires turned down and like you're racing, like I keep my tires on like the second bar down. That's where I've been keeping mine at, because it just feels like, you know, feels really like you can still rip it in the corners, and you know, it'll break loose with you a little bit, but you know, you can still clear some jumps and, you know, get you some speed going. But yeah, that kicker right there on that jump, on the face of that jump, where it gets roughed up right there, I think that was, you know, really cool. And it makes it hard to clear. It makes you rethink what line you're gonna take, because you know, you can take one side of it, like I'll show you right here. This inside's really fast right there. So you know, if you're hitting this one, if you take the inside before this, get down here, and then take that one. Man, I still didn't clear it. I didn't get a good run up to it, but the one on the right, it's not as bad for like the face of the jump being messed up. So if you take the inside right there, it's a little slower on the top, I think, and but you know, you get lined up for being able to hit, you know, that big ass jump. That way, you know, you got a better shot of clearing it. It's really hard. Like with this 125, my tires turned down, and it feels like, you know, it makes me have to work for like trying to clear stuff. Like this jump right here, if you can get it on the outside, oh, that is a big ass foot. That is a booter. That bitch is huge. Then this one, hit it on the outside. Oh man, I didn't get a good drive for it on that one. But yeah, it makes you really work for trying to get like a good fast drive into it. You know, carry your speed, carry your momentum and stuff. Uh-oh. Will I make it? Nope. Oh damn. All over the track. I was doing good before the video, I swear. I was doing good. But yeah, the terrain deformation, it's on par. It's, you know, it's good. I've been enjoying it. I wish they would just come out with a track editor so we could make our own stuff. Even if the terrain deformation on the custom tracks wasn't this good, I'd be fine with it as long as it had some. And even if it had none, I'd be honest with you, I probably wouldn't bitch about it because we don't have anything. We don't have a track editor, so. Oh my lord, I just cased the shit out of that. But yeah, that's these new motocross tracks, like the way they rut up, and all the other ones, they rut up just as well as this one does. This is the one that I've been like really racing on and like trying to, you know, get a feel for it as far as like how good, you know, the terrain deformation is like on the track. And I've been trying to, you know, like see what like where ruts form up and stuff like the best. And the thing that I've found, let me get in this corner. The thing that I found, if you look right here, like you can tell, like when this track started out, this corner right here was quite smooth. It was quite slick, and you could take the outside really well. Like you could come up like on like right next to these like little yellow things right here. You could come up through there, like the yellow thing says like where the track is. Like you could come up through there. You could really rail that outside. That way you get you a good drive to get that, and get this like little bit of a like downhill tabletop. But I found now that I think the best line to take is to come in through this rut. I'll put my helmet on it so you can see it. That helmet where I've got my helmet at, this line right here, or well, yeah, this line right here, where it's just coming through right here. If you take this and you stay right here, that way you can't pop out as easy, and then you can come through there and then get that next one. I'll put my helmet on it. You can get right there where that guy's at, and then you can, you know, you can really rail it. And they're hard to clear. These jumps are hard to clear. Like if you've got like your setup to where it's like mine, like I've got like on the second bar on my 125 for the tires. I've got everything else turned up just to like, you know, just to turn it up. That way it kind of gives me like a solid place to start, like as far as like, you know, what's going on with it. I found though that for the best all around, I really prefer my tires to be on like the first block, you know, all the way to the left in the first block, because it feels like, you know, it's really hard to you know, rip it around like some of the corners. It's kind of like you gotta like lean forward, get good traction in the front end, and you can't hit them too hard like at the first. You can, you know, you can really power out of them. Like, you know, you get halfway in it and you're braking, and then, you know, you give it hell on the second half of it, and you know, it just feels really good. But these tracks though, you know, they're really good. I've enjoyed these tracks more so than any other DLC they came out with. The Slash tracks, I played them for about 2 days and I was dead bored of them. These tracks right here, if you get these, you'll be busy. If you're really like, if you're really hardcore into getting on one track, putting the AI on, putting them on, like I've got the AI on medium. I put them on hard, and the way I've got my tires set up, I couldn't even touch them. I was in like almost last place. I was fighting for like, I think 14th place. And it seemed to me like the AI, if you put them on hard or all time, it seems to me like they want to wreck you more. They'll, like, not in a good way either. Not like come in a corner and block past you and then that's, you know, they'll pass you and go on. They just take some of the stupidest lines. Like, I mean, dumb as shit. Like, they'll just be on like just one part of the track, and then they would just absolutely tear you up. Just, I mean, just making, not trying to wreck you. I mean, just because it's just like they can't ride. They're just, they cross jump everything. They fucking they get in these corners and stuff, and they're all over the place. They go from the inside to out, back to the inside, don't even clear the jump. And you know, it's just really, it's really aggravating. If they would, if they need to come up with a system to where like their AI, I wouldn't care if they all took the same fucking line, for God's sake. Just as long as they don't try to fucking wreck you. I mean, that's just, it's aggravating. I mean, it's not even, and it makes it to where it's like, I want to put the AI on hard because I feel like that's about, with my setup with a 125 racing the 450s, I know that's not anywhere near realistic, but you know, just I don't like the way the 252 stroke sounds on here. I like the way the 125 sounds. 252 stroke just sounds like a sick cat dying or something. You know, it just kind of sucks. Just rah, rah, rah. You know, it don't really sound like a 252 stroke at all. The 125 sounds closer, you know, to like a real sounding 2-stroke bike, but I wish they would, you know, do that though. Fix the AI to where they don't want to wreck you. I've got the AI on medium right now. They're slow, you know. Like, look at this guy, like ahead of me, right here. Like, you know, they're quite slow. They still clear the jumps, but you know, I think they've got it rigged up to where the AI gets like a boost, like they get a big push. Because I can be going the same speed as some of these guys on here, and I'll not even come close to clearing the jump, and they'll almost overshoot it. So I think they need to get rid of that. They need to get like a good solid line. That way the AI, you know, they'll be fighting for like an outside rut or something like that to clear a jump. And you know, the ones that don't get the outside rut, you know, they'll have to hit the inside and you know, not hit it really fast. But yeah, the AI on medium is where I've been racing that, because it's like it's in the middle. They don't try to they're not all over the track as much. They still are on the very first lap when they're all really tight knit and close together. They're right together. You can't do nothing with them. But you know, that's kind of really how it is, you know, on the whole shot. But I mean, for the whole first lap, no, it's not going to be you know, that bad. Oh man, I tried to reel that outside. Tried to, but let's see if I can get it right here. Ooh, gotta hook it. But yeah, I just want to make a video though on like the new terrain deformation and stuff like that on these new tracks. So, you know, just putting it out there. They're good. They're worth $5. They are. They are. I really hope they put in a track editor into it, because if they put in a track editor, you know, it'd be a lot better. Be a hell of a whole lot better. But yeah, until next time, hell, y'all take it easy.